Hello students, my name is Gandhar Gavankar and the topic that we are going to study now is culture. Culture we have seen in the first half. In this series of lecture, we will cover all the topics from social anthropology, culture being one of them and very important as I have told you. Now on your screen, you are being able to see the coaching institute name, the contact number, the address and everything. So basically this is our coaching institute. And if you want to avail the maximum benefits, there is a coaching available for UPSC exam, IAS, IPS, IFS exam, also for MPSC exam, and even for the NDA and CDS exams. So the contact number is mentioned there. You can just call up and fix your free demo lecture for 10 to 15 minutes so that you will get a brief idea. This YouTube lecture will also act as a demo lecture, and you will get an idea that how the things are being taught and how everything happens. So now the perfect time for you to start preparing for the UPSC 2021 Anthropology optional subject, very interesting. And if you study, let's say for 3-4 months, you will get very good marks, let's say above 320 or above 330, and which will eventually help you to grab a good rank. Okay, so again, let me remind you, kindly carry a syllabus document with you so that you can keep a tab on what all topics are being covered. That is number one. Number two is kindly be thorough with the previous year question papers. Now how to download them? Kindly visit upsc.gov.in, which is the official website of UPSC, and you can get access to all the previous year question papers of all the topics, not just from anthropology but also let's say for history or GS or for anything whatsoever. Step number 3 is kindly be aware that these video lectures are very much important. They are very much necessary, but they are not enough. You can't. The paper itself is for 250 marks. Paper 1 and 250 marks. Paper 2. So you have to read books. You have to read notes. You have to make your own notes, and then only you can succeed. You have to revise them periodically, and then only you can get good marks. So do not just be overconfident that after watching these lectures you are thorough with that particular topic. But yes, for the time being, let's say if you are preparing for 2021, right now just restrict yourself to these videos. Get a good idea. It will serve as a very good warm-up lecture. So get a good idea of the discipline of anthropology, and then there will be a separate lecture. I will make a separate video of what all books, what all reference books, or what all let's say resources are to be referred for anthropology. If you refer to those resources, you will get it will definitely be easier for you, and eventually my goal is to make your preparation very easy. If you want private coaching, if you want proper coaching for UPSC and all, or just for anthropology separately, there are contact numbers are there mentioned on the screen. You can call me up anytime. Okay, now moving on, two concepts. We have already studied culture. I have told you the definition of culture, the characteristics of culture. I have told you what is the culture in a brief. Also we have seen how culture, what is the meaning of culture in regular walks of life. In a layman's term, if you ask any school student, tell me what is culture, he will tell you some or the other things, right? Culture is not something that is totally unknown for us, but whatever a 6th standard student is going to tell you, you cannot write that in your anthropology UPSC paper. You will get 0 marks. So there is a slight difference between there is a slight difference basically between what is culture for a layman and for a UPSC student, or for an anthropology student, we can say. So yes, so basically we have seen that the definition of culture and everything. We have seen that in anthropology there is nothing called as uncultured, or there is nothing called as absence of culture. There is always a culture. It might be simple, it might be complex, but there is always a culture. Whereas for a normal person, if somebody behaves properly, he is called as a cultured human being. On the contrary, if somebody is being arrogant, or if he or she is not being proper, he or she is termed as uncultured human being. That is not the thing as far as the discipline of anthropology is concerned. There is always a culture. It might be simple, it might be complex, it might be good, it might be not bad, we can say. It might be good for that particular society. We can say it might be simple or complex, but it is always there. Okay, so moving on, the fresh topic, the topic of this topic of the day, or the topic of the video, you can say, is ethnocentrism and cultural relativism. Now, in a very simple terms, I will tell you, my task is to simplify the discipline. I am not here to complicate the things. I know you're already complicated, you're already confused, because UPSC itself is a very lengthy exam. So my task here is to be your friend and just to simplify things. In a very simple term, what is the meaning of ethnocentrism? We will look at the definition, but that will come later. In a very layman's term, in a very day-to-day language, the meaning of ethnocentrism is in-group filling. In-group filling. What is the meaning of in-group filling? Let's say there is a cricket match between your village. Your village is village 1 and the other village is village 2. So the filling in between the playing 11, those 11 members from village 1 or those 11 members from village 2, the feeling that they will be having on the day of the match, that we have to fight for the joy of one another, we have to fight for the benefit of one another, we are a team, we belong to one village, we are here to fight for each other. That feeling, the in-group feeling, we belong to one group, we belong to one entity, we fall under one same umbrella, we fall under one same roof, we are sailing in the same boat. This feeling is known as ethnocentrism. That's it. This is the meaning of ethnocentrism. Now, let us look at further things. William Sumner in the book Folkways has given the concept of ethnocentrism. The definition: and ethnocentrism is that view of things in which one group is the center of everything and others are scaled and rated with reference to it. I repeat, ethnocentrism is that view of things in which one group is the center of everything and other groups are rated with reference to it. Now there are 3 levels of ethnocentrism. Number 1 is positive, where you are preferred over they. Now see, some kind of ethnocentrism is good. Otherwise there will be complete lack of confidence. On the day of the match, if you don't feel that you belong to one group or you belong to one team and you have to fight for the joy or you have to fight for the collective victory, there will not be that aggression, there will not be that team spirit, there will never be that ruthlessness, the controlled ruthlessness which is required to win the matches. So this is positive ethnocentrism. Up to some extent it has to be there. The next level is negative ethnocentrism, where you will be rated with reference to we. Now what happens in negative ethnocentrism is that you start looking down upon everybody apart from yourself. You start ignoring your own faults, you start ignoring your own loopholes. You feel that you are what you are and you are the superior, you are the most superior person, your team is the most superior, your batting order is the strongest, your bowlers are the fastest, your spinners are the most elegant ones in the vicinity. This is the negative ethnocentrism, and it is very bad, because what happens is you start being biased towards yourself and you start ignoring the differences. Sorry. The third level is extreme negative. Here you will be very much aggressive towards your towards your, let's say, counterparts. For example, if you feel that village 2 team does not, the village 2 team is so bad that it does not have the right to play, you will feel that the village 2 team is so underskilled, or it is so much underperforming that only we should play and they should not play. Their batsmen are pathetic, their bowlers are the slowest in the world, their spinners are very much lackluster, their fielders are very much lousy, and you feel that only your team has got the right to play the game of cricket. Only village 1 team has got the right to play the game of cricket, and none other than your team should participate in the tournament. Now you are so much complacent that you feel that without any matches, without any competition, the trophy should be given to you. This is the extreme level of ethnocentrism, which is very bad. Okay, so these are the 3 levels of ethnocentrism. Now the exact opposite concept of ethnocentrism is cultural relativism. Now what is the meaning of cultural relativism? Let us look at the definition of cultural relativism. A method whereby different societies or cultures are analyzed objectively without using the values of one culture to judge the worth of the other. I repeat. A method whereby different societies or cultures are analyzed objectively without using the values of one culture to judge the worth of the other. Now let us look at the definition part by part. Cultural relativism is a method whereby different societies or cultures are analyzed. You are analyzing different teams. For the simple, let's say for simple understanding, let us neglect these big words, society and culture. Let us look at the cricket teams. You are analyzing different cricket teams, for that matter. A cricket team itself is a group, it is an entity in which there is something called as culture. A culture need not be in the nation, culture need not be in the state, or a culture need not be a part of, let's say, district. Even amongst the playing 11, there is a kind of culture, some kind of cultural practices are followed. So it is a cultural relativism is a method whereby different societies or cultures are analyzed objectively. You are analyzing cricket team of village 1, also you are analyzing cricket team of village 2, but without using the values of one culture to judge the worth of the other. Here you are not being biased towards your own team. Here you are not being complacent about your own skill levels, about your fielding level, about the speed of your bowlers, about the elegance of your batsmen. No, that is not happening. You are not comparing. You want perfection, but you are not blind towards your own faults. That is the meaning of cultural relativism. Now the only and the underlining difference between cultural relativism and ethnocentrism is ethnocentrism will make you exclusive. You will feel that you are the boss of the world and your team is the best. Okay, and as far as if you are culturally relevant, you will feel you are inclusive. You are always open-minded and you are always open for improvements. You always want to improvise. You want to improvise on your bowling speed. You want to improvise on your fielding level. You want to improvise on your psychological or mental toughness. You want to be more fit. You want to be more quick between the wickets. So preferably there has to be we would say there has to be some kind of ethnocentrism, but that is up to a very small extent. But if you want to actually proceed in this world, if you want to achieve something, you have to be open-minded. So being culturally relevant, we can say, is preferable. Now here we come to the end of the first topic, which was very important in anthropology, that is culture. Unless you have a good grip on culture, the concept of culture, the further topics like religion or marriage system or language system or kinship systems, you cannot understand them. So the concept of culture is very much important, and unless you have a understanding of culture, understanding of the other concepts become very difficult. So I have taught you the concept of culture. Whatever doubts you have, you can definitely mention in the comment section, and I will try my best to address those doubts. Also, again, I'm telling you, if you want the proper coaching for anthropology or for the full coaching of anthropology or the full coaching for the entire UPSC or MPSC or the other exams which are mentioned on the pamphlet which you can see on your screen, you can always dial the mentioned contact numbers. So thank you, wish you good luck. In the next lecture, we will come up with the next concept. Thank you.